You didn't arrive in this world by accident. You came here with a purpose, a reason, a sacred mission written deep within your soul. Everyone watching this already knows it deep down. After all, you could have chosen 1,000 more entertaining distractions. But something within you brought you here instead. Something higher, calling you to remember. And yet, how often do we truly stop and listen for it? Often it's a vague idea rattling around in the back of our mind, rather than the all-consuming quest it perhaps ought to be. But your spiritual purpose isn't lost. It's whispering. It's trying to get your attention. All you have to do is ask the right question. There is one question, simple but profound, that can break through the noise of the world and point you back to the path your soul came here to walk. A question that, if asked sincerely, can realign your entire life. Are you ready? Here it is. If you had achieved everything the world could offer, all the money, all the fame, all the admiration, what would you do next? If you'd become the #1 Hollywood star, was the singer for the biggest band of all time,
The green squares in Monopoly are better value than the blue. No one ever lands on Mayfair, it's true.
hit the winning runs for England in the World Cup, and became the first person on Mars, then what would you do with your life? Not what would you buy, not what would you show off, but what would you do all day? Now that there's no more awards to win, you've already got them all. There are no records left to break. You've broken them already. Every desire of the ego has been fulfilled. There's nothing left to prove. Now, what does your soul long to express? What silent urge remains after everything else falls away? It's a powerful question to ask. True purpose is never born from the ego's craving. It rises from something infinitely higher, the soul's yearning to create, to serve, to grow, and to love. Some of you will know the answer immediately. Others may feel only a quiet murmur, a suggestion just out of reach. Either way, listen. Ask. Ask your higher self, your inner spirit. Show me what I came here to do. Ask with sincerity, with patience, and the answer will come. Not as a booming voice from the clouds, but as a quiet knowing, a spark of joy when you imagine a certain path, a sense of rightness that stirs within. Your higher self is always willing to answer, if you are willing to listen. When you do hear that answer, it may frighten you. It might seem too big. It might seem impractical. It might seem impossible. And your mind, trained by fear, trained by the world, will begin its protests. It's too late. I don't know how. There's no money in that. Other people are better. Understand this. Your mind's fears are not signs that your purpose is wrong. They are proof that you are standing at the threshold of something real. The soul's path often demands the surrender of the ego's illusions. It asks for trust. It asks for faith. And know this, you were not given a spiritual purpose that is impossible to fulfill. That would be absurd. Your purpose is possible. It is already woven into your being, already whispered by your higher self. The obstacles are not signs to turn back. They are invitations to grow. Just as a sapling must break through the earth to reach the sunlight, you too are called to break through fear, through doubt, and through inertia. Understand that your spiritual purpose may not always appear grand or obviously spiritual. It might be to raise a family with love and wisdom. It might be to create beauty through art, to heal through simple kindness, or to quietly support a community. We are each here to learn different lessons and to walk different paths. Not everyone is called to found a temple or live in a monastery in the mountains. The measure is not how grand it seems to the world, but how true it feels to your soul. But make certain that what you are hearing within you is purpose speaking, not the ego craving recognition or power. True purpose humbles you and lifts you at once. You will know it by the quiet certainty it brings. And be honest with yourself. True purpose is never just about escaping effort. Sitting on a beach all day, seeking only comfort and ease, is not a life of purpose. It's a life of quiet decay. The soul was not made for endless leisure. It was made to grow, to learn, to rise. A spirit that stops moving begins to wither. If what you're calling purpose is really just a way to avoid challenge, then it is not your true calling. Purpose demands more of you, and it gives far more back in return. The more active form of escape, constant travelling, chasing new scenery, can seem meaningful. And yes, some people do have a true purpose that involves travel, but travel alone is not purpose. Endless holidaying for the sake of it is just movement without direction. You can circle the whole globe and still be running from yourself. A life of endless leisure and comfort may feed the body's hunger, but it leaves the soul to starve. One of the greatest dangers of the modern world is how easy it has become to live in comfort without ever living with purpose. With so many distractions at our fingertips, it's possible to fill every spare moment with entertainment, noise or novelty, and never once pause to listen inward. The path of least resistance is often the most tempting, and that path, while smooth, leads nowhere. It's a life of quiet stagnation, easy yes, but unrooted and unfulfilled. It's a way of living that numbs the soul. Endless entertainment offers ease, but quietly pulls us away from what truly matters. Day by day, year by year, time slips by, and nothing essential ever really changes. And then one day the question arises, what has all this been for? Perhaps for some that question is stirring even now. Perhaps today will be the fork in the road, the moment when life stops being about ease and starts being about purpose. The soul's voice is soft. It will not shout over the noise. If you fill every spare moment with distractions, you will drown it out. To hear your higher self, you must create space, moments of stillness, moments of inward listening. Your purpose is waiting in that silence. When you hear it, write it down, name it, honour it, and then when the fears and objections arise, answer them with truth. When your mind says, it's too hard, answer, growth demands challenge, and I am capable. When your mind says, there's no money in it, answer, abundance flows where purpose is fulfilled. When your mind says, I'm too old, answer, the soul is timeless, it is never too late. Understand, you are not here merely to survive. You are not here to entertain yourself to death. You are here to become, to awaken, to shine with the light of your true nature. The fulfillment of your purpose will not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. And remember, the work you do to discover and live your purpose is itself part of the purpose. The journey is not a delay, it is the sacred unfolding. In 10 years or 20 years, you will look back on this moment. Will you say, that was the day I chose to listen. That was the day I chose to trust. Or will you let the distractions, the fears, and the endless demands of the world carry you silently away from the life you were born to live? The choice is yours. Today can be the day that everything changes. Today can be the day you say, I will listen to my higher self. I will trust the whisper within. I will live the purpose for which I came into this world. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you, we'd appreciate it if you gave us a like. It helps more people to see it. And if you really like this video, feel free to subscribe so you don't miss what's next. In the next video, we'll be exploring the beautiful virtue of humility, what it truly is, and what it most definitely isn't. I hope you'll join us then. Many blessings to you, and good night for now.